Welcome to the Bozone.
Hey, and welcome back to episode, what's this, 4 of the Bozone. Um, I'm your lovely host, Tristan, and then my co-host, Zach. We wanted to have a buddy on today, but they unfortunately couldn't make it. So, Zach, why don't you start us off with a thrilling topic today?
Alright, as you know, I do enjoy my not so complex, what do you call it, philosophical questions. And today, I was playing Warframe the other day. As one might do, I enjoy myself some Warframe. And while I was playing Warframe, this character called Cephalon Sai said probably the hardest quote I've ever heard. And so this segment is called Epic Warframe Quote.
That is pretty epic. What is the
And
quote?
yes, it's got a backstory. Let me get to it. So the quote is, "The opposite of a small truth is a lie. The opposite of a great truth is another great truth." Yeah, let that marinate for a minute. Let that sink in. Just really think about it.
No, I don't get it. I'm too much of a bozo.
Okay, I will allow the other bozo to explain to you. Now, if I hand you a blue ball, not to be confused with me giving you blue
Yes.
balls, but if I hand you a blue ball and I tell you the ball is red, I'm colorblind. So to me, that's the truth, but you're not. So to you, that's a lie.
Yeah.
To me, it's a small truth. It's simply the color of a ball, but to you, the color of the ball is not blue. Now, let's take a great truth, for example. Religion is a great truth. One man's greatest truth would be believing in a certain deity or series of deities, while another man's great truth would be believing in alter deities or not believing at all. But to both of them, it's a great truth, and we can classify this great truth by simply looking at how much it has impacted the world over the course of the past 2,000 years.
Yeah. Okay, now I get it. So,
Now you
yeah.
get it.
Oh, that is a pretty insightful philosophical quote. I'm not sure what is so when does a lie turn from a lie to the or no, yeah, so when does a truth turn into a great truth? There we go. I just had to, because
How many people believe in it?
so what if science is one of the
I
great
would say,
truths that's just another falsehood?
oh, but how many people in the world believe in science and how many would strive to go against it?
Millions, if you've seen like the amount of flat earthers.
Exactly.
um
But to me, a great truth is that the earth is round. And that doesn't make them, their opinion is not a great truth. The opinion of flat earth is a great load of bullshit.
so quick little side note, I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows. I've told you to watch it. It's so good.
Yeah.
And so it's this show about vampires, but it's filmed like a reality TV show. And the one vampire is like 700 years old or something, and back when he was like taught science and stuff, they believed that the earth was held on the backs of 4 elephants riding on top of a turtle that's floating through the cosmos. And it was so funny. The one episode they were trying to explain to him that the earth is round and not this disc on the back of turtles, and they're like, have this whole board set up with all of the science and the math explained and whatnot, and then he just goes to the tiny little board that's his and draws this shitty drawing of a turtle, and he says, but the turtle. That was the best scene ever. I was dying. But yeah, just he's saying the round earth is a great truth triggered that memory. Oh, I love that show so much. You have to give it a watch.
Yeah, I might. Speaking of TV shows, you were gonna say?
Oh, I just wanted to say the one guy, I think his name is Matt Berry. Let me just double check quickly. Matt Berry. Yeah, Matt Berry. He has officially become one of my favorite actors. I don't know, he just delivers lines so good. You have to watch the show, you'll see him. It is so good. Sorry. Continue.
Anyway, as I was previously stating, talking about shows and stuff, one of our astute viewers, Chocolate Starf 3389, says in the previous comment section of episode 3, perhaps we should do like a series suggestion, a TV show suggestion, as we do our game suggestions.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you want to do that suggestion right now, mine is obviously going to be What We Do in the Shadows, because I love that. And yeah, it's a reality TV show, but just with vampires and ghosts and whatnot. It's like a supernatural reality TV show, but it's a comedy, so it's just so good.
I mean, that sounds like it can definitely entertain a lazy night at home.
And what's yours?
What's mine?
If you don't say JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
Coincidentally, it is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh, the greatest animation art that I've ever seen. Everything down to the last minute detail from the start. Hirohiko Araki's sinister and unique style of illustration. His learned and educated and deeply insightful ways of writing characters from all around the world and various parts of history. How could I not suggest JoJo's Bizarre Adventure from the start with, Jonathan Joestar and Dio Brando, until the newer parts, which talking TV shows would be Stone Ocean with Jolene and the other people in Stone Ocean. I don't know, the animated series wasn't that good actually, but as you may know, I am an astute JoJo's Bizarre Adventure enjoyer. And I know you've watched a few of them
I've watched all of it. Have you ever finished that horrible parts? Is it 6? Stone Ocean?
Stone Ocean. Exactly.
Have you ever finished that?
Yeah, I got through it. And it's pretty. It's pretty mid.
I wouldn't even call it mid. My least favorite part was always Josuke, Josuke's part, it's part 4, I think.
Oh yeah, Diamond is Unbreakable.
Yeah, that was my least favorite part until I saw part 6 and I was like, it was not as good.
At least Weather Report was a cool character. He was interesting.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, but I don't know, it kinda, the ending was trash in my opinion.
No spoilers, it's still relatively new.
Yeah, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil anything.
Yeah. What's your favorite part though?
My favorite part? This is gonna be a hot, controversial opinion, but part 2.
Of course not. Who doesn't enjoy fucking battle tendency? I mean, come on. I've never heard of anyone complain about battle tendency. Few people tell me it's their favorite, but I've never heard anyone complain about it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's no one's favorite. That's one thing I've realized. But man, it's my favorite. I love it. It's, I don't know. It's fun. It's just fun. It's the most fun part. I mean, part 3 is pretty good as well, but part 2, the best.
Yeah, that would be my favorite though, part 3. I just love the Stardust Crusaders.
Yeah, they are, I don't know. Part 3 was nice because that's when they started with the stands, but before that, I love the, I don't know, the fun of part 2.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it without spoiling stuff, but yeah.
No, I get it. Story-wise, part 3, Stardust Crusaders, is definitely my favorite, but if I'm being honest, the best, like, written one, the best executed one in terms of
part
the anime
5.
adaptation, oh yeah, part 5, Golden Wind, hands down. Part 3 is my favorite, but watching Golden Wind in its entirety, I was like at the edge of my seat.
Yeah, no, part 5 was crazy. But let's move off from JoJo because I had a quick little thing before I forget it now. Yeah, JoJo's is good, but you've seen Avatar: The Lost Airbender.
Yes, so who hasn't?
I don't know. But so it's one of the best shows ever in my opinion. I love it and I've actually been planning on rewatching it. But did you see they're making another live action remake and it looks like it's gonna be actually good?
I would take actually good with a grain of salt. My skepticism levels are at an all-time high. My don't get your hopes up alarm is ringing in my ears.
I mean, it looks a lot like the One Piece adaptation where it's almost made 1-to-1 except it's in real life and shortened down, which, I mean, that it looks good. You need to go watch the trailer. It looks really good. It doesn't look like that what's it, the M. Night Shyamalan or whatever.
Shyamalan. Yeah, what was that, like 2011?
Man, the worst part of that was that the firebenders couldn't even create fire. They had to have a little light source. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's not exactly the greatest executed live action. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. It's dog shit.
Yeah. No.
Similar how I've never heard someone not like Battle Tendency, I've also never heard of someone liking the live-action Avatar movie.
I want to just say that there might be like some old grannies or something that doesn't know anything about Avatar that was like, ooh, what's this? The Lost Airbender. Let's see. Ooh, whoopee. You know?
Shut up.
We're just not the demographic, okay?
No. Yeah, everything's got a demographic. Ain't that the truth? Everything's got a specific demographic.
Yeah, and that demographic of the old Airbender movie or whatever it was called, The Last Airbender or just Avatar, I can't remember, but that thing's demographic is like people with one foot in the grave, old or blind and deaf people that have not seen the original Avatar.
Or people who hate themselves.
Yeah, yeah. Now we're getting to the demographic. It's
Yeah.
it's the same demographic for our show.
No.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah. While we're on the show stuff, I know we're going on this like thing for a while.
It's a bit of a tangent now.
Yeah, but I think I remembered finally what that one topic of mine was about the childhood shows. So
Really?
yeah, I think
It's been sitting there for like
2 months.
20 days. Oh no shit. Yeah, it's been sitting there for 2 months. Holy shit.
So I think I wanted to just almost make this same as this like show recommendation corner, but just what was one of your like memories, most favorite memories of a childhood show, or what was your favorite childhood show, or anything that you have a fond memory
Ben
of?
10. Without a doubt, Ben 10.
Yeah, I guess. I so mine. Sorry. You can continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, mine's definitely without a doubt Ben 10. Even now in my old age, I absolutely adore Ben 10. Every year or so, I go back watching everything from the original to Alien Force to Ultimate Alien to Omniverse, and not the one after Omniverse. I don't hate myself that much. But
What is Ben 10 Omniverse? Is that the
it
one where they
was-
changed the animation style?
Well, yeah, technically, I mean, they changed it somewhat in Alien Force, and then they changed it a lot more cartoony in Omniverse.
Oh yeah, that was when he was like a little kid again, and he had the
No, that's the
oh.
reboot. We don't talk about the reboot.
Yeah, I just
The
remember
reboot
that.
is
and-
not art.
Yeah, that was horrible. I'm trying to. I know I watched all of the like Ben 10 series, but I can't remember which one was Omniverse.
It's the one with Rook Blanco.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah. Yeah, that one wasn't too
Yeah.
bad, but I just know they like went downwards after like Alien Force, or was it No, what's the one after Alien
Ultimate
Force?
Alien.
Ultimate Alien. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Ultimate Alien started out good and then just went downhill from what I can remember.
Yeah. Alien Force to me is like peak Ben 10. I love Alien Force.
Yeah, Alien Force was really good.
Ultimate Alien just got confusing and weird because now we've got like fucking alternate version of Ben with a weird, funny, cooler Omnitrix, and he's summoning a fucking demon, a Lovecraftian god. And Ben has to fight him with an Excalibur. That got a bit. That's really weird. I'm just saying. That's a bit far-fetched.
I just remember the one thing from it where it's like he went into whatever the fire guy's name is, like one of his fire aliens, and then
Heat blast.
the upgrade of it was like just an icy version that's so cold it burns people. And
No. It was reversed. That's still the dumbest line in the show. That was shit. What was his name? He was an ice alien.
Oh, and then he got flame powers.
And then he got
yeah, that's so hot it freezes or something. It was something
so
like
cold it burns. Shit. What's his name? Wait. I'ma think of it now.
Yeah, I just remember that. That's the only memory I have from any of the Ben 10s, really. It's so
Yeah,
ingrained into my mind because it was so bad. Oh, I mean, it was cool
it's
as fuck, but it's so bad. Oh,
it's not exactly the smartest line I've ever heard of, but
yeah.
it's it is what it is, I guess.
So mine, I actually have a couple, but we can save those for later episodes. So one would have been like Cinderella. I loved Cinderella when I was a child, but one of my favorite movies, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but Treasure Planet.
What?
Have you never heard of Treasure Planet?
Not once.
Man, it is the best Disney movie ever. It was back when Disney still made good movies. So, it's basically this kid that it's pirates in space, and like spaceships look like floating ships, like old timey ships, but they fly.
Yeah.
So like pirates in space, and it's just I don't know. It's such a good movie. I just have so great memories of it, fond memories. There was this little alien thing in it. That's what was it called? A morph or something? But it's like a little floating goo ball with like little eyes, and it's a pretty cute little companion in the show that doesn't speak, but it can change its forms, and it's a tiny little thing, and it just like transforms into like random stuff, and it's just so cute and funny. I love that movie so much. You should go give it a watch sometime. It's one of my greatest movies, and it's probably the thing that inspired me to become a captain.
Big Chill, by the way. The alien's name was Big Chill.
Oh,
Yes,
Chill.
I've been marinating. Yeah, Big Chill.
Oh,
not, not to be confused with Bing Chilling, but we're gonna be chilling.
that is. I can't remember that the names were so bad either.
Oh, come on. Okay. Let's talk about Ben 10 alien naming fucking conventions. So, we've got the guy who's got 4 arms. Guess what his name is?
Fucking red beefy man.
4 arms. He calls him 4 arms. We got the crystal guy, we call him Diamond Head. We got the fucking swamp vines that blast fire, we call him Swamp Fire. We've got a cat alien that's angry all the time. How about we call him Wrath?
That is amazing. I never realized the names of the things because I can't remember any of their names.
Yeah, we got a freaky ghost alien. We call him Ghost
Freak. I remember Ghost Freak because he was pretty cool.
We've got an alien that upgrades technology.
Upgrade. I loved Upgrade. Whenever Upgrade was in the show, I was like, yeah. It was so good. I don't know, Upgrade was fun. And another alien, even though it didn't really do much, but what was it? The one that looked like stars that could like change the universe and stuff.
Alien X.
Yeah, Alien X. They were both so cool because they were so overpowered.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I never put much thought into what my favorite Ben 10 alien would be, but just going off the top of my head, I would say Diamond Head. No pun intended.
Diamond Head was pretty cool. I don't know. I just loved upgrade just because of how cool it was. Just like upgrading stuff.
Oh yeah, Upgrade's got some of the coolest fight scenes in the show simply just because of how diverse he is, because you can make Upgrade do basically anything.
Yeah. There was something else. Oh, so I have a little rant to do. This is rant time. We've let the viewers in very slowly and gently with some nice topics, but now it's time for a rant because daylight savings time is the worst. First up, it threw us off, like our
Oh
rhythm
yeah.
of recording and stuff. I know it's just an hour difference, but that's a lot when we have like well, now 7 hours
Yeah,
difference
we
between
already have
us.
6 hours fucking us over. Now suddenly it's seven. We just got into like this nice rhythm of recording, and now I got fucked in the ass because Americans, actually Northern Hemisphereers, I hate you, Northern Hemisphere dwellers.
Yeah, but that's not the worst part. So, yeah, sure, you get an hour extra of sleep, but the problem is it it feels so wrong. It's like your body doesn't adjust to it because now I've been used to getting up at whatever time and then now I have to get up an hour later. Or not have to, I can get up an hour earlier, but then I have an hour where I don't do anything while I'm waiting to get ready for work. Which I mean, that's good and all, but you feel, I don't know why, but you feel more tired. And by the time it's like, so the sun set, used to set at like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, but now because it's winter, it's starting to set at, it was starting to set at earlier times, like 7, 6 o'clock. But now they turn the time back an hour. So it goes down at like 4 o'clock. So by the time it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon or evening, it's already pitch black dark outside and everything feels like, it feels like your day is over, even though it's only 6 o'clock. Because I don't know, I just hate it. This time is, it's so confusing.
Yeah, I don't know what daylights we're trying to save, but it can die if you ask me.
Yeah. I thought we were trying to have more daylight. I know, wait, we're trying to stop global warming. We should have less daylight.
I'm not sure
I,
that's how it works.
I know. It's just a little joke. Um, but yeah, that's just my rant. It just throws everything off, and it does not make sense to me why turn the clocks back an hour just for the sun to go set at like 4 o'clock instead of 5. I don't know if it's to have this.
Especially, yeah, especially being South African, we don't fucking do that here.
Yeah, the like change in when your sun sets is what, like an hour, hour and a half, like where you can tell, oh, it's going to set at like what? What's the earliest it goes to set there during
Like
winter? Like,
6.
yeah, 6 o'clock. And then in the summer it goes to set at like 7:30.
Yeah.
And here it's such a big difference. It During the summer it goes sets only at 9, and here now in the winter it's only setting at 4, or it's
Holy
already
shit.
setting at 4. Like, I work until like, my early days are like 4 o'clock, and then I'm driving home in the dark. Like, it's yeah, it's not nice. Oh, and talking about driving home, this morning while I was driving to work, I've never experienced this before, but I almost hit a deer, and shit was nuts. So I was just driving. It's a little road to my work. There's like some ocean to the left of me, and then a massive like submarine building facility to the right of me. Some military facility where, yeah, they build submarines there. and I see this deer like jump up from the ocean side, and I was like, what's this thing doing there? So I start slowing down, and then it's like standing there. So I was like, okay, I'm quickly gonna speed up just to get past it. No, there's a car coming from up ahead, and for some reason this deer gets spooked by that car and decides, instead of like going back, because it hasn't started crossing the road yet, instead of deciding to cross the road, or go back off of the road, it starts bolting across the road. So I had to like, because I just started speeding up again, so at this point I was like going 40, 50 miles an hour. And it, like, I almost hit it, but I slammed on the brakes and I just spun off of the road into, like, the bushes on this. Well, not spun, but, like, did a little drift off into the bushes to, like, avoid hitting that thing. But it was crazy. No damage to the car. Yeah. But, whew,
I guess we know where the saying deer in headlights come from.
Yeah. It was crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. Crazy, because why? Why would you start running across the road if you get spooked by something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My father hit a deer the other day.
That sounds
In
epic.
South Africa,
okay?
we call it lunch, though. Oh yeah, he was fine. The deer wasn't on fire.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, you see, I don't really drive a big car. Like, this deer would absolutely just demolish it, so...
I mean, it was the work truck, so,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, no, I figured if you said your dad is okay, then yeah.
Yeah.
My dad hit a porcupine once. Or actually a couple of times. So the one time is he obviously had to pull over and get his tire replaced. But the one time, I don't know. So there were like a lot of porcupines where we lived, like always crossing because to get to our farm you had to drive on a dirt road. And one morning he phones me and wakes me up because he drove back to the house and I have to help him pull the porcupine spikes out of the tire. It was so horrible to wake up to that. And they're stuck in there. They're like completely, I don't know, just burrowed in.
Yeah, I mean, if you drive over a porcupine, I don't think it'll be a soft entry, no.
Yeah. Fortunately, the deer is okay. I'm okay. The car is okay. So everything worked out good this morning.
Oh, well, that's the best thing I've heard since sliced bread. Anyway, it's time to do a serious deep dive into the invention of sliced bread.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's get into this.
Now, all of us have heard about the saying, the best thing since sliced bread.
Yes.
Now, you may think, well, what about medical advancements and bread is thousands of years old? Now, I believe, me personally, the invention of sliced bread has to be, throughout humanity, considered the best thing that has happened in a long while. Now, a serious deep dive entails me taking a serious deep dive into it, so we did. Of course, all of us know bread has been bread has been here for a while. Thousands and thousands of years through thousands and thousands of cultures, each have their own type of bread. Right? Now you may be thinking, when was the first bread made? About 12,000 years ago, during the Neolithic times. They mixed coarsely crushed grain because they didn't have machines and shit, and they mix it with water and probably heat it up with like stone and fire and shit.
Or maybe one of those, what's it called, sun ovens or whatever that they made out of clay.
Yeah.
just heat up during the day and baked stuff in the olden days.
Now, it is prolifically obvious that when we talk about the best thing since sliced bread, we don't mean that bread. Because since then we have had multiple advances in medical breakthroughs, and we've tripled the life expectancy of a human being, and we developed Baldur's Gate 3. So naturally, we're not talking about that type of bread. The specific type of bread we refer to is the machine cut loaf of bread packaged in a nice wrapping of plastic and sold at convenience to the unassuming consumer. Now, when was this invented, you might ask?
I was asking that to myself, and I googled it already, and I was shocked. I was completely shocked. But I won't spoil the surprise. Say it in your sultry voice.
July 7th, 1928. The first machine cut loaf of bread was sold and introduced to the world.
In 1928. That shit is crazy.
I've got to say that that's one of the largest stepping stones for us advancing as a civilization that has occurred in the past 12,000 years. Because if bread was invented 12,000 years ago, and this happened the other day, that was like bread waited almost like 10,000 years for an update.
Wait, so
That math doesn't math. Don't worry about it.
listen to this. Sorry, I just clicked on something else while looking at this. Sliced bread was banned in 1943.
What? You're
It
kidding.
was banned. The United States banned the sale of sliced bread on January 18th, 1943, as part of a nationwide rationing during World War II. The ban was intended to save two things: the wax paper used for preserving sliced bread and the steel used in slicing machines. That is... oh...
Okay, well, I guess we should rename the saying to the best thing since sliced bread came back. I mean,
Sorry, I know I derailed you there, but
you didn't derail me at all. This is part of the serious deep dive into the invention of sliced bread. I didn't know that. I didn't find that. That is excellent news.
oh, I can't believe it was banned. Bread
Damn,
of all
free
things.
free my brother sliced bread. He didn't do nothing wrong.
Man,
Why you
that's-
gotta ban sliced bread? People were calling it the best thing in the world. You take it away from them. What does that do to the morale of your entire nation?
Oh, that had to suck. But yeah, so I am completely shocked, by the way, by it only being invented in 1928. So when was the first hamburger invented?
Oh, my brother. That would be based on your definition of hamburger, of course.
Wait, a hamburger came before sliced bread.
Yes, a hamburger came before sliced bread. 1885, at the Erie County Fair, when Frank Menches and Charles Menches ran out of pork sausages and substituted beef in their sandwiches, according to this singular article I found after 2 seconds of Googling.
I'm pretty sure I saw some article or something, it might have been fake news, of some king that he was tired of just eating bread or no, just the meat or something, and he said something like, why don't you give me the meat with the bread? And then he had the first hamburger, but I could be wrong. I
I
can't
saw a
remember where
comedy
it was.
skit which I claim to be historic facts about Americans getting to a port in Germany and they were served a Hamburg steak. And they said the Hamburg steak was too hot for their fingers to hold, so the German put the Hamburg steak between two slices of bread and thus born the hamburger.
Oh, it's still crazy to me. Either way, the hamburger was invented before sliced bread.
Oh yeah.
That is probably the craziest thing ever. And I honestly thought sliced bread has been around for at least 1,000 years, maybe more. I can't believe it. Well, speaking of the greatest inventions, what do you think is the greatest invention in human history? Like, what was the one thing, except the internet, because the internet is
Yeah.
obviously the best thing that's ever happened, not just for like comedic purposes or anything, but I don't know, what's it called? Localized the entire world. Like, everyone can talk to anyone, information can get shared. It's a lot easier, a lot quicker, which that was pretty good. But let's say before the internet, what do you think is the greatest invention?
The toilet. Inventing the toilet is what set us apart from the animals that shit in bushes.
Some people still do it.
I mean, yeah.
I I don't want to go with the wheel because that's obviously like that was important and whatnot. What is something we use in everyday life? Yeah, I guess the toilet. What about no? Roofs have been a thing for a long time because before roofs, people would be like sleeping in caves and under trees and whatnot.
I mean,
So
that's why they call it the roof of a cave, is it not?
yeah. Um, what about what's that one thing that saved the people from the plague?
Penicillin?
Penicillin. There we go. Yeah, maybe penicillin because without that, like everyone would be dead.
That's a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah, so maybe penicillin.
Penicillin's pretty good. I would say clean drinking water is pretty good.
Yeah, who invented clean drinking water? I wonder.
I don't think we've got a documented report of who invented clean drinking water.
You know what? I take it all back. I know what was the greatest invention that helped humanity pervert
You're gonna
themselves.
say Baldur's Gate 3, right?
I mean, except that. That's the second greatest. The greatest is us inventing evolution so that we could evolve from the little, like, sperm cells or whatever we were at the beginning to the blots on the earth that we are now. The absolute shit stains.
Thank you, Charles Darwin, for inventing evolution.
Yes, thank you, Charles
Without
Darwin.
you, we would still be fish.
Yes.
And you know what's not a good invention?
Before that, did you know the whale, they evolved backwards. Like at one point they were land animals and they went back to the sea.
I'm not sure that's true. I've never heard of that before.
Surprisingly, whales weren't always gargantuan water-dwelling mammals. In fact, their ancestors Pachycetus was the size of a dog and walked on land.
Holy shit, whales evolved backwards, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is crazy.
We learn something new every day. See, we're not just a bunch of idiots and bozos here. We are educated bozos. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, but you can continue now with what you were going to go with.
You know what's not a nice invention?
What?
Lying. And that's exactly what happened with the Open Hand Foundation, which is the completionists, which is a very, very popular YouTuber known for, 100% in games. He had a he has a charity organization called the Open Hand Foundation. And recently, popular YouTubers Carl Jobst and Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamers, they did some research on the Open Hand Foundation and caught them red-handed.
Open-handed.
Anyway, so quick recap to all our less astute viewers. Carl Jobst and Mudahar found that not a single cent from the Open Hand Foundation's charity bank account has been donated to charity. Now, the completionist created this charity organization to fight against dementia after his mother, I believe, passed away due to dementia. And more than $600,000 United States dollars have been, funded since it was registered as a non-profit organization in 2014. 600 untouched United States dollars sitting in the bank account.
And, wait, before we continue, what was this charity for?
Dementia. Helping,
oh, sorry. Man, maybe they just forgot to give money to wherever it was supposed to go?
It's a dumb joke. I love it.
I mean, well, 600,000, that's quite a lot.
It's a significant sum for a non-profit organization run by a YouTuber.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of money that I could use. So, I think we should start a charity of our own, like to fund the fight against bozonitis.
God damn, bozonitis took my cousin.
Yeah, and it's busy taking us as well, so please go fund our charity. I'll put a link in the description, you know the gist of it, so...
It's like a disease. Bozonitis spreads through your mind, forcing you to follow the bozo agenda. Join us. We will take over the world using nothing but idiosyncrasy and bozo power.
Oh, but yeah, so... is that the end of it? That they got caught just not sending any of the money?
Oh, not even. The completionist went into a small interview with Carl Jobst, and I believe he openly admitted that, they did not send anything to it, and it's not... He gave a really bad excuse. On their website, they say the University of California, San Francisco is one of their main partners, which they donate to. And they've even got a quote from the former dean of UCSF on their website. However, the only donations they made was before even having registered the organization. Apparently they donated body parts for research, and somewhere that's where they got the quote from. And according to the completionist, he found that their contributions, well, their contributions weren't making sufficient progress, and they stopped funding, which led them to want to find a more reputable source to donate to, which I don't understand because it's been 9 years. It has been 9 years you've had to find some organization that knows what they're fucking doing.
So they didn't give a single cent, or
No.
did they at least? Oh my goodness.
As far as we know, they have not donated a singular cent of the, yes, 655,520 United States dollars, and has donated none.
Yeah, that is.
And they recorded tens of thousands of dollars in administrative expenses.
I don't even know what that means. Like, is it
Nobody's
just to
working.
administer? Is it just to administrate the looking at the funds? Like, yeah, they gave us this much this month. Okay, good job. Here's a couple $1,000 for you. Go get yourself
Yeah.
something nice. You did a hard day of staring at the numbers. I
Yeah.
don't know. That is.
It is appalling because I don't lie about charity. Don't lie about a dementia charity. Come on.
Speaking of charities and stuff, like, one thing that I hate. So, okay, first off, Mr. Beast doesn't count because this is like his. It's like his brand, like giving stuff away. But he didn't start out by going up to homeless people and giving them money. But the one thing I hate is whenever. So I can't even hate it because it's doing good in the world, but a lot of people just looking for clout or attention going around and filming themselves giving like homeless people stuff. Like, I don't know. I know it's a controversial opinion, but I don't like it because are you really doing it then because you're a good person, or do you just want people to like you and subscribe to you and whatnot because you're giving like out all of these donations? You know what I'm talking about, right? Those
I
people.
know exactly what you're talking about, and my opinion on it is very simple. Go watch Scumbag Dad's videos on YouTube and you'll figure my opinion out. He portrays these in such an outrageous way that you can't help but question the legitimacy of actual kindness influencers. If you are on the fence of what to feel about this whole kindness influencing trend, I would suggest watching Scumbag Dad's videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just calls it out in a very eye-opening way. Like the first time I saw him calling it out, I was like, holy shit, this man's right.
Yeah, I don't know. I just always when I saw it, I was like, why are you filming this?
Yeah.
It's you don't have to show the world that you're doing this. The only reason you're doing this is because you're showing the world. It's not the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
I don't know if
I
you
didn't
had
like
it,
that.
but I don't know if your schools had it, but over here it's pretty common for schools to tell you do good things even when people aren't looking, because that's when it matters.
Yeah, that's so our school didn't exactly do that, but we obviously lived in a small town and we had a lot of like poverty in our town, and homeless people and whatnot. So like almost every season, the school would ask everyone who's able to like get like a bring something to school. It can be a loaf of bread, it can be a can of tinned food, like tinned food, whatever you want to bring, but some like food item, or you can even bring like a 6-pack of waters or a couple jugs of water, anything really. And then, yeah, our school would take that in and go donate it at like, or give it to homeless people or less fortunate people. Even some of the kids in our school benefited from that, which I thought was a really nice thing. Oh man.
Yeah.
But
Be nice to people. Don't film people for your own gain. That's not cool. That's a
yeah.
certified not cool, bro.
Yeah, it is.
But
But other than
as
that, I don't have anything else to rant about. My rants are out.
very good, because now that your rants have expired, we can go to everyone's most delectably favorite weekly segment, video game review once more, everybody.
Alright, so the previous times I let you go first, so I'll take the reins on this one, because I have found the game, or not found, but I rediscovered it recently, and I absolutely love it. So it's a very old game. It's called Kingdoms of Amalur. Amalur? I think that's how you say it. Or
I'ma lure
Emular.
you into my van so I can drag my nuts across your face.
Kingdoms Kingdoms of Emular. Yeah, something like that. Reckoning. And it is one of the best like RPGs for its time. It's just a run-of-the-mill RPG, basically. Like, you create your character, give it a name, choose like all of the like all of the extra stuff, and then you make your own adventure. Well, it's more linear, but the gimmick of it is you can control fate, because you died and got brought back to life, and now you have the power to control your own destiny and the destinies of others. So, yeah, you get this like special power where you can alter fate, but it's just basically means you go into this, they call it reckoning mode in the game. That's why it's called Reckoning. Kingdoms of Emular Reckoning. And you just kill everything. Not everything, but if there's a large group of enemies or like a difficult boss and you go into that mode, you can't always go into it. You have to charge it up, and then you can just whack them, and you can perform this finisher on like whatever enemy, and it's so cool. It's very like in the, well, even in the new God of Wars you do it, but in the old ones, whenever you were like killing a big enemy or something, then you
Yeah.
had to do this little quick time event. It's almost like that, but it's more like you just have to spam something, and
Oh, in a lot of the older God of War games, it
Yeah.
was exactly just spamming something as well.
yeah, so you just spam something, and yeah, it's just this cool finisher, and almost every enemy has different like one, because you can even use it on smaller enemies, like I said, because you can go into that mode when there's a very big group of small enemies, and that game is not so easy. Like, it surprised me. I remember playing it as a kid, and now coming back to it, I was like, I played this as a kid, because I was struggling at first with it. But it is so fun, and you get these destiny cards where if you go the might route, because you can go might, assassin or something, assassin or rogue or something, or sorcerer, but if you go one of them, you get like a destiny card that, with how you level your skills, it gets bonuses from that destiny card, but you can combine them and become like a, if you combine the might and the sorcerer, that's what I'm doing on my playthrough, you can mix them, and then you get like these special other cards to have like a different destiny. and I don't know, it's just so cool. I love that game. But yeah,
It sounds very cool, actually. I kind of want to check it out.
the one downfall of it is an older game, so the graphics really are not good. But it is such a fun game.
Now, for my weekly game suggestion, in honor of the new DLC being announced, I suggest Risk of Rain 2.
Wait, there's a new DLC coming?
Yes, actually, very recently, they, in fact, 4 days ago, November 10th, they announced Seekers of the Storm, new DLC.
Huh, that is amazing.
Now, yeah, it should be obvious that I would suggest this game eventually. I just believe this is now the correct time, because this is another roguelike that I've perfected and gotten every achievement on. So,
I'm halfway
Yeah.
there. We need to play that again. Oh, I miss our
do.
Risk of Rain nights.
We
But I am
definitely
so
do.
infatuated with Baldur's Gate at the moment, and also now Kingdoms of Amalur, or Amalur. I don't know how to say the name. It's Amalur. But I saw they have they released what's it called? A remaster.
Oh yeah, Risk of Rain Returns.
No, not Risk of Rain. Kingdoms of
Oh.
Amalur released a remaster in 2020, and I'm busy playing that one. It's just called Re-Reckoning. The graphics haven't improved that much, but they fixed a lot of bugs apparently, and yeah, just added some stuff. And oh man, it's such a fun game. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Funny you should mention that, because they did remaster the original Risk of Rain game.
Oh yeah, I saw that, but I was like, it's that side scroller, right?
Yeah, that's a 2D platformer. Whereas in Risk of Rain 2, you are introduced to the third dimensional world with many of your favorite playable survivors from the original Risk of Rain being available to play in your new third dimensional roguelike, which is filled with horrible, debilitating enemies, hordes of awful cretins, a lot of fun items in the form of droppable loot that you can use to either make you into a god or accidentally pick up the wrong thing and ruin your entire run because now you're killing yourself over and over again.
And it's just completely fun. I love that game.
Oh, it's very fun.
Man, I remember. You just need, if you're playing with somebody that knows the game, it's quite perplexing because you just get dropped into this, and especially if they're a bad teacher like Zek, you get dropped in and there is like, you just press that button, pick this up, pick that up, okay, you should be good, and then there's like fucking 50,000 monsters around you, and you don't know what's going on, everything is exploding, there's rockets flying all over the place, and you just die.
That sounds like normal everyday life, if you ask me.
Oh, but yeah, it's a great game. I wanted to recommend it a couple episodes ago when I think last episode when I didn't really have anything. I wanted to recommend it, but I was like, nah. Zek is. This is Zek's game. I'll leave it to him. But yeah, I think that's about it. You want to wrap up here?
Yeah, it's been a good run. I think we can commit group suicide now with the 10 cultists that we have commanded by creating the Bozone.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you mean wrap up the episode?
Either or. I'm fine with anything, you know me. Just chill like that. One of the cool kids.
Don't commit suicide, kids. It's not good for your health.
Yeah, you might die. Literally. Alright. So I guess I'll do the outro. I thought I'd leave it to you, but
No, I was just gonna sit here in silence until you feel pressured to do it.
Oh, that is how I'm feeling at this point. So, thank you all for listening to this episode of the Bozone. Please remember to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I don't know what else. On Spotify, leave a rating.
I would say remember to listen.
Yeah, remember to listen. But if you've gotten this far, then you've obviously listened enough. We won't torture you anymore. This has been a fun episode.
We hope you've enjoyed it as well. If you haven't, please feel free to send an email to legitbozone@gmail.com or leave a comment on the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.